What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogreboy, and I'm going to be doing my ranking of Rob Zombie's movies. So far he has 8 movies, and tonight I watched The Lords of Salem, which is the last movie of his that I hadn't seen yet. So I'm going to go ahead and rank all 8 of his movies. So starting out at number 8 is The Lords of Salem. This is the one I watched tonight, and this movie was just really weird. I didn't really fully understand everything that was going on, and the pacing was just really slow, so I didn't really enjoy this movie very much. I do think the cast in here was great, though, especially Sherry Moon Zombie. I think that she gave a really good performance in here, and she carried the movie pretty well and everything. It's just the writing was just not extremely great. It's definitely not one of my favorite movies of his, and it could have been a lot better. So The Lords of Salem is number 8, and number 7 is House of a Thousand Corpses. This one I actually really do like a lot. It's a really good movie. It was his directorial debut, and I really enjoy it, but I feel like his skills as a writer and director for movies was not very good in this movie. You could tell that he wasn't really familiar with movies and stuff when he made this movie, and a lot of the scenes and stuff kind of felt like they were the editing was really bad. Like, it felt like he was trying to edit it like a music video, and it just, to me, it just didn't work very well. But besides that, though, that aside, there are a lot of things about this movie that I love, especially Sid Haig as Captain Spaulding. Whenever he was on the screen, he stole the show, and he was amazing in this movie, and all of the other cast in this movie was really good. So I think that House of a Thousand Corpses is a really good movie. It just isn't one of my most favorites, and it's not a very well made movie. And when it comes to Rob Zombie's movies, this one is definitely my least favorite, so it's number 7, or not my least favorite, but one of my least favorites. So it's number 7, and number 6 is The Haunting World of El Super Bisto. This movie was really crazy. It had a lot of crazy, the story was really good, but it was really weird. Like, this guy is trying to save his girlfriend from Dr. Satan, and it's a really weird animated movie, but it was a lot of fun, though. I had a blast. It's more of a comedy than a horror movie, so I was kind of disappointed in that. I was kind of hoping that we'd have an animated horror movie, but it was still a lot of fun, and it was cool. Like, some of the characters from his Firefly family movies are in here. Like, Captain Spaulding has a cameo, and Otis has an appearance in here, so I thought that was kind of cool too. And once again, Sherry Moon Zombie is in this movie. She does the voice of one of the main characters, who's a stripper. She's like the sister of the main character, and she was really good in here. And Rosario Dawson was great in here, and Paul Giamatti does the voice of Dr. Satan. He's great. So this has a really great cast and everything. Most of them are people who are always work with him and everything, but I still really enjoy this movie quite a bit. And this one, from this one up, I really enjoy all of these movies quite a bit. So, but yeah, this one's number 6, and number 5 is 3 from Hell. This is Sam Raimi's newest movie, and I really enjoyed this movie quite a bit. It's the final chapter in his Firefly family trilogy, and I really thought it was a lot better than most people did. I thought the cast in here was all great. Sherry Moon Zombie is once again really great as Baby, and Bill Moseley is great as Otis. They both just step right back into their roles like they never left them, and they're both really great. And I like how Baby is even more messed up in the head and a little bit more crazy and stuff, but I thought they were both great, and I think Richard Brake was a really great addition to the trilogy as Otis's long-lost brother. And it was also great getting to see Sid Haig one last time as Captain Spaulding. It just really sucks that we didn't get to see him for very long. He's only in there for just a few minutes at the beginning of the movie. It would have been awesome to get to see him more, but all in all, I really like Three from Hell and everything. It's number 5, and number 4 is Halloween 2. I know a lot of people absolutely hate this one, and I can understand why. It doesn't feel like a Halloween movie and everything, but I think that's kind of what I like about it. Like, Rob Zombie did go out of his way to make this movie feel like a Rob Zombie movie and not a Halloween movie, and it had his style and stuff written all over it, and if you're not a fan of it, then it's easy to understand why you wouldn't enjoy it. But as someone who's a pretty big fan of Rob Zombie, I gotta say that I really like this movie. I didn't like it a lot when I saw it the very first time, because a lot of the characters are kind of jerks to each other. They aren't really likable and stuff, but when I rewatched this movie, I enjoyed it a lot more. And I will say that Brad Dourif gave an Oscar-winning performance in that one scene. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Like, I honestly think he should have gotten an Oscar nomination for his performance, for just like a Best Supporting Actor nomination. But yeah, so I really like Halloween 2. I think it's a lot better than most people say it is and everything. So it's number 4, and number 3 is 31. Now, this was a return to form for Rob Zombie. It came out in 2016, and it was the first movie that really felt like an original Rob Zombie movie since Devil's Rejects, and it's really, really good. It has a great cast, especially Richard Brake once again. He stole every scene he was in as this deranged clown. He was really, really good in here, and Sherry Moon Zombie was once again really good, and Lawrence Hilton Jacobs, I think is his name, the guy that played Freddie Boom Boom Washington on Welcome Back, Kotter, is in this. He's really, really good, and it's just is a really, really fun movie. Everything, it does kind of get a little bit slow in the middle, but all in all, I really love 31, and it's definitely one of my favorite movies of his. I think it's really underrated and everything. So it's number 3, and number 2 is Halloween. This was my introduction to not just the Halloween franchise, but to Rob Zombie as well. And this movie, I know a lot of people hate and everything, but I've kind of developed nostalgia for it. This movie came out when I was in high school and everything, so I really enjoyed it back then. I wanted to see the original Halloween before I saw this one, but fortunately this is one of the times where I saw the remake first, and as much as I like this one, I will say that it's nowhere near as good as the original. I don't think anybody would say that unless they're like extremely die-hard fans of Rob Zombie, maybe, but even then, if you say it, I still say you're crazy, because John Carpenter's original is a masterpiece. But this is a really, really good movie. I know a lot of people don't like the backstory and stuff, like saying Michael Myers doesn't need a backstory and everything, and I can completely understand that, but I liked it for this version of the story and everything. I thought the whole cast was great in here, especially Scout Taylor Thompson, who plays Laurie. I thought she was really good, and the guy that played Michael, I forgot what his name is. He was really, really, Tyler Maine. He was really, really good as Michael. I thought he was really brutal, and has had probably the most brutal kills in the franchise so far, and everything. But I absolutely love Rob Zombie's Halloween. I really think it's underrated. It's a really underappreciated remake and everything. So it's number 2. But of course, number 1 is The Devil's Rejects. Most people who like Rob Zombie would say that this is like his best movie, and I definitely agree. Yeah, the writing and stuff is still not extremely strong. I mean, it improved a lot from House of a Thousand Corpses, but it's still, like, some of the dialogue is still kind of cringy, and there are some scenes that are, like, really crazy and nasty, but that make you want to close your eyes and stuff because you don't want to see what's happening. But all in all, I really love this movie. I think the cast in here is great, especially the three main leads, Sid Haig, Sherry Moon Zombie, and Bill Moseley. I think all three of them are really great in this movie, and they have great chemistry. But in all of the supporting cast, C.J. Daly, Jeffrey Lewis, Ken Foree, and everyone else, it has a really big cast, but and it has some cool cameos from other people, or other horror icons and stuff, like PJ Souls has his cameo in here, and there's small appearances from a bunch of other people like Danny Trejo and many others, and this is a really good movie, and easily my favorite movie out of all of his and everything so far. So yeah, Devil's Rejects is number 1. But so let me know in the comments how you would rank the Rob Zombie's movies that he's directed. If you haven't seen all of them, and you've seen some of them or whatever, you could just tell me your favorite and least favorite. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ate the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well,